What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be completely different from my other videos. Today I'm going to attempt a soldering project. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty into tech. Ever since I was young, I've always liked taking small electronics apart and seeing if I could put them back together. I was hesitant for a while, but after some encouragement from a friend, I figured I'd try my hand at soldering. I would like to eventually get to the point where I'm modifying or repairing consoles and handhelds, but before I get to that point, I think doing a small project like this as an initial footstep is a good idea. And also, this is to kind of show you guys out there who might be interested in soldering that it's not that hard. As all things, it does take some practice and you will mess up, but at the same time, that's how you get better with everything. Okay, so the project itself is something to fit into the holiday spirit. I went ahead and ordered a little light up Christmas tree kit from Amazon. There are a bunch of these kits online and I highly recommend buying one if you don't know where to start. I know I could have bought LEDs and a board and wires and all that myself, but again, I'm very new and I don't know where to start, so having a catered box given to me with instructions is, something I'm going to look for. Okay, so like I mentioned 15 times already, and I'll mention even more later, I'm new to this and I refuse to put in that much money until I think I deserve it, even though I buy so many things. I went ahead and bought one of those $30 to $40 soldering bundles on Amazon, and it's decent. For sure a beginner's kit, but I think the price is fair if you want something for small things. It comes with a lot of tools and materials that you might need for projects, and so far I've actually been able to use the tools effectively. I'm not sure how many tools I'll be using from this kit for the project, but I'll have everything I need. The next item that wasn't in the kit but I did buy was some solder wick. This just helps clean up the solder if I need it, and you'll notice that I haven't used it before, but I do try to use it in this project and it works effectively. And the biggest thing, I also went ahead and bought a heat resistant mat. This is actually doubling as a general workstation mat since I take electronics apart anyway, but I will for sure be using this when soldering so I don't damage the table or desk mat below. And the last thing that I do have is a small fan. You need good ventilation when you solder. I'm not the best example. When I did do this project, my window was open, I had a small desk fan blowing the fumes out of my face, but I still inhaled some. So if you can have a fume extractor, that's way better, but again, that's something I'll purchase probably later when I get more active in the soldering community. Okay, now that we went over the gear, let's take a look at the item itself. It comes in a very small and compact box. We just have two main items inside, and that's the instruction manual and a bag of the goodies. The instruction manual is very important, especially if you're an inexperienced solderer like me. Not only are there written instructions on the paper manual, but they also include a QR code. The code leads you to an online file that has written instructions, but more importantly, step-by-step picture instructions. I love that they did this. It gives you more confidence to know what you're doing, but also allows you to comprehend the written name of an item and match it to what it looks like. I'll personally be using the images and written guide myself. Apart from the manual, we have the actual materials. Now, if you couldn't tell by now, it's a light up Christmas tree, and yeah. You're given the printed circuit boards, or PCBs, the LEDs, the resistors, and the power cable, and some other stuff, whatever. You're also given a base for the tree that allows power delivery via batteries, or hook it up to a power bank or a wall USB. Alright, now that we're done with the overview, let's get started. Again, this is not a guide on how to solder, but more so to show you that throwing yourself into something isn't a bad thing. I'm going to be taking my time and trying to get better as I go. I know there are people out there that have way more experience than me, so my goal is essentially to improve my skills with future projects. And as expected, I did end up using the photo guide a lot, but I did try to distinguish the parts via the written description as well. So my thoughts on the project are even. Like, this thing costs less than $20, so I can't expect that much out of it, but there are some finer details I would have personally liked. I think the instructions could have been organized a little more and included more detail. I would have liked if they separately showed you what and how many parts you need for a step, rather than just saying, okay, next, do this. The other part in particular that messed with me the most, and you'll see in the end why, but the resistor colors are not accurate. I don't know if it's due to the picture that was taken and posted on the instruction manual or what, but sometimes I felt like I was winging it when figuring out which resistor to use. I think overall it works regardless, but using the correct resistor does help with the brightness of the lights. I also messed up in the lights. Alright guys, so wrapping up the project, what do I think? I think this kit is 100% worth it. Although the instructions aren't the clearest to follow, they still give you 2 variations, and if you use some brain power, you'll figure it out. I was very pleased with how the tree turned out. Now, did I angle all the LED lights incorrectly? Yes. Did I try to fix it but couldn't get the already in place LEDs out? Yes. But did this give me an opportunity to use Soldering for the first time? Yeah, it did. So it was low-key a lesson if you think about it. Other than that, I'm actually not sure if the resistors on one of the boards are swapped. I'm gonna blame it on the instruction manual for having different color resistors, because it's never my fault, right? This may be why the lights on one of the boards is more dim than the other, but once you plug it in, it doesn't really matter. Overall, I like this project a lot. I really enjoy soldering because it's something that you can just tinker with while having music playing in the background and just vibe while inhaling toxic fumes. Ugh. The best. Okay, for real, the fan did help, but I'll need something else because your boy got a headache. But that will do it for today's very different video, guys. I do plan on doing some more soldering stuff and potentially doing game handheld mods or restoration videos, so if that's something you want to see, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you choose not to, I'm gonna collect all these fumes and mail them to you. Really. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye.